Just before we start the panel conversations,
Right.
I thought it'd be good to share some of the experiences with Osprey and ask some questions that you might have in the audience. Very much around the project, the challenges, and some of the technical and implementation challenges that Ben went through. So the first question I have, Ben, for you is, in your presentation, you touched on the importance of that customer experience, which is key to Magento. Do you feel you achieved that in the 12 months?
I think so. I mean, it's a journey, isn't it? And we're never going to reach our destination. We're always going to be trying to improve what we do. But some of the things that we've put a lot of work in onto the site, for example, with our site search. So we know, for example, that people that use search on our site, they're 5 times more likely to purchase. So we've implemented Clavu, which is sort of a machine learning piece of kit that really makes or connects customers with the products they're looking for, and it works really well. We also use Nosto for personalized product recommendations, which seamlessly integrate and a real revenue driver for us. But yeah, so we're always trying to get better, but we're getting there.
That's good to hear. Well, you touched on some technology partners there. So Magento has a huge partner ecosystem on the technology side and the systems integrator side. So another question is, on the technology side, Ben, with the integration to many extensions which are in the Magento marketplace, how did you find that and how easy was it to implement?
So we had a bit of a hiccup during our launch of our new site. So 10 days before launch, we found out our intended payment service provider, it wasn't going to work, which was quite worrying, to say the least. But we worked with Braintree, and it was they were amazing. The fact that they got us live on time in 10 days was absolutely brilliant. And we do a lot of work with other people like .mailer as well, who are our email service provider. They added so much automation to the site. And also ShipStation is really good for us. So we use that for our shipping service. So that's improved the workflow massively for our site and made it a lot easier for us to send out a lot more parcels. So, and we're always working 2 ways with these people. So we're on like the beta program with ShipStation. So yeah, really good.
And I'm glad to hear that, because that community on the technology side saves on integration. It gives you speed to innovation, and that ecosystem is critical. We touched on SIs. Now, our systems integrator partners globally are responsible for most implementation work. With the SI experience, how was that, and how was that implementation?
Yeah, so I mean, the fact that we went from signing the contract to being live in 6 months, I think is a testament to how good they were. But quite often, I feel with developers, you can find they're sort of a task delivery company. You come up with the task, you tell them what to do, and then they deliver it. But we've found with our SI that they're much more than that. They're a partner, so we're always talking to them. They're coming to us with new technologies, new ideas. They're talking to us about different marketing and branding opportunities. So, yeah, really good experience.
Okay, that's good. As I touched on when a very brief introduction on Magento, Magento is a cloud-first company, and that is the strategy of the organization. So, Ospreys of London embraced the cloud, and you went down the cloud route because we also do provide on-premise software where the stack can be built by the customer. What made you go for the cloud solution?
So I'm not particularly technical, and I don't want to, I think it's absolutely key that I keep things as simple as possible, which is sell products. And I don't want to be worrying about our stack or anything like that. I want to keep things very clear, and I know what my goals are. So the cloud has been absolutely amazing. I've had no worries about servers at any point in the past year, which is brilliant.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And I'll ask one last question before we go to the panel. Double growth in year one as the business plan for the investment. How did that go?
Yeah, actually, I think we were aiming too low, really. So we've tripled, year to date, we've tripled our turnover. Something that's really amazing is the fact that we've almost doubled our conversion rate year on year, which, considering that we're bringing 3 times as many people to the site, is absolutely crazy. So it's working really well, and there's different aspects of the business that are changing as well. So other areas of the business are having to keep up, so the whole business is getting better. It's brilliant, really good.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming here. Thank you for doing the presentation and sharing with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for answering the questions. Thank you, Ben.
I was hearing the presentation and decided to change the questions a little bit. So sorry for the inconvenience for all of you. עכשיו יותר טוב? שומעים? So I was hearing Ben's presentation and decided to change the questions a little bit to make it more interesting. So sorry for the inconvenience. One question, Ben, for you and for Elad, though you are both very different organizations, and we were hearing the same channel earlier this morning from the guy from Benetton. And how do you keep a platform that obviously has to generate sales, but also has to engage consumers and talk about the brand? So how do you use Magento or use the platform to do both sales and engagement? Or do you see it differently, or is it the same, challenge?
I see it slightly differently, actually. At the moment, it's a project for us, a future project to us, to integrate more content into the site, because we don't feel we're necessarily doing a great job of it at the moment. We were very focused on clearing out the customer journey, and just getting people to the purchase point, really. But there's things that we can do, and we're looking at sort of certain content systems as well that are almost shoppable. Rather than taking people down that sort of content cul-de-sac, we're sort of building that into the journey as well. So we want to get better at it, and there's something we're definitely looking at.
Hi. Well, I feel that the rules of the game are quite the same. I feel that the platform enables us to leverage all the branding, activities, and experience that we are doing for many years, just a bit different. So it's just another platform for the same activities that we are doing, on a regular basis. Same branding, content creation, and other value elements that we are doing on a daily basis. So it's basically just another platform for us.
And do you use the learning from your online platform into other channels?
Yeah, some of the things that we are doing, and it's part of the equation of managing multi-channels activities, is how we are how can we leverage the data pieces or the learnings or the insights that we can get from the online activities into other channels. So these are part of the things that we are doing. We are taking the data pieces. Just to be a bit more concrete, we know that people are buying online on different days, right? In our online platform, like I guess in many others, people are buying also on weekends and at night. And the behavior is a bit different, but then you can take these elements, pieces of data, what messages or which messages are working better, how the product looks like, and other elements, and then to take it into the conversation with our other partners from different channels, and then to see how we can improve what we're doing there. So that's part of the multi-channel challenge.
Sean and Katie, sorry for not introducing you earlier. What are Magento solutions into multi-channels or omni-channels?
Is a big one. To me, it's about helping merchants maximize online revenues to be competitive. A big part of that, to me, is what's termed the endless aisle. In other words, having your suppliers provide directly to your customer base without the customer realizing that, and it's coming from the merchant. Magento have developed an order management solution, which is market leading again, and it goes alongside and integrated into the e-commerce solution. And that gives inventory management to allow you to ship from anywhere to anywhere, and to really focus on that no stock scenario, which in the US, the Forrester now quote that every merchant loses 10% of their annual revenues because of lack of inventory. So we think it's a key topic. It's about maximizing business revenue, and that's my stance from the Magento point of view of how we can help with that omni-channel challenge. But Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we speak to a lot of merchants, what we're finding is there is still some confusion around omnichannel, what it is, what it means. We do need to do deeper dives with each customer, but what we do hear quite a lot is that merchants are using their ERP and extending their ERP to be an order management solution, and the two are very different and service different things. So it's really about understanding how to get the most out of the shops and using the store as a real way to drive additional business, and to get the best way of having your customers be able to buy more and shop more when they do come into the stores, having that seamless experience. And we're keen to support customers on that journey.
Arik, a question for you. Fisha is working with the local market, and what are the main challenges you see in the Israeli market, and what do you expect from Magento to face those challenges in the coming year?
So I will speak regarding, of course, the technological development. So there are several challenges. I will highlight a few of them. So the first challenge is to provide a headless app solution to the brands, meaning that today need app solution that provide to the consumer simple, better, and faster e-commerce site in order to approach the product, and of course to receive a better ROI result. So this is from the front-end solution. The second challenge is with big enterprise project, there is need to develop and connect the back-end to the organization parts like ERP, CRM, BI, and there is a big process how to do these steps in the correct way in order to remain the customer business need as it is. So, for example, one of the big challenges is how to convert offline catalog to online digital. This is a big challenge in order to mapping the offline catalog into the online digital process. So there is a lot of challenges that we noticed. And the solution is to provide these steps. Since we are a Magento solution partners, we always received, of course, all the innovation, all the news. Since Magento have a lot of projects around the world, so we are familiar with a lot of innovations, a lot of product, services, and what its need and what is in the market today. So we are bringing the innovation to the Israeli market, and
Okay. Before I'll touch on your E-factor, Ben, you mentioned the double digits or double the business every year. And mentioned a few solutions. Elad, what is your plan to scale the business in Strauss?
Okay, since we have launched our platform around 3 years ago, we are doubling our sales, our top line year after year. And the plans are to continue in that trend, continue doubling the sales of the online platform, at least until 2022. Today, the share of our online sales is a bit more than 10% out of the entire espresso capsules category that we are planning. And we expect it to reach to a bit more than 20, maybe 25% in the coming 4 or 5 years. So in order to achieve it, of course, we are planning to continue investing in the technology like we are doing with Magento and other partners here in the room. But maybe more important, the people that are working with us. So it's a big issue, you know, in other industry, that the industry is still young, and we're always after the need of talented people. So if there are any in the room.
This is the place.
Yes, please. So Hila and Alon and the team of Strauss eCommerce will be more than happy to hear from you.
Okay, I'll take this into account. The theme of this event is about the E factor, or what makes you unique. So I'll briefly ask all of you, what's your E factor? What's your secret sauce that makes your business special and successful? Ben, let's start with you.
So I feel with our business, it's our closeness to the directors. There's no sort of middle management that we have to cut through. If we have an idea or there's something that we want to try, we do it. We put a hypothesis in place. We say we're going to try this. We test it. If it fails, that's absolutely fine. There's no fear about that at all. And we're just quick to move on things as well. I talked before about how we implemented ShipStation. That was something that I saw on a Wednesday, and we had it up and running on the Monday. And it made a huge difference to the business. So we're not scared to fail, and we can talk directly to the directors, and it's, yeah, really fast.
Okay, thank you. Sean or Katie?
For me, it's the passion of the open source community. They're critical and a critical part of Magento, because the speed of innovation that we can provide to our customer base is world class. That to me is definitely an E factor, but also the partner community. We're sitting here with Fisha today, we're sitting with 2 great customers, and Magento just seems like a family, and we all want to succeed and drive our customers' merchants' business forward. So to me, that's 2 key factors.
I think that for me, it's all about the curiosity, or even exploring out of the curiosity, because we're still a young industry in that term. And that enables us to meet, you know, the most interesting people in the industry. It could be product designers, website designers, shipping vendors, or other crazy people from startup with all these crazy ideas that are pushing us forward. So for me, it's all about curiosity.
Okay, so we feel that we are in the correct time at the right place, since the e-commerce is a hot issue, and together with Magento, we bring the new innovation to our customers. But if I will look what is the answer for the E-factor, I will divide it to 2 answers. The first one is to bring a seamless omni-channel solution to our customer, meaning connecting the entire channel into one digital process. And of course, I think the second answer is the service. The service that we bring to our customers, meaning what is the benefit that we provide them, meaning of consulting, bringing new innovation, how we help them to succeed and sell more, and to look together with them in the next 1 year ahead, how they continue to sell more. So that's 2 steps.
I think it's continuous development as well. Customers are the best form of feedback. So it's constantly listening to them, putting yourselves in their shoes and going on the journey on the site. that they're going through, and is it as seamless as it could be? What are the barriers? What are the stopping points? And we actively ask our customers all the time, like what are the things that are maybe missing? What are the things that you need? Because they are the best form of feedback. And we do take that really seriously each time we do a product development.
Just one observation to your answers. Ben, you talked about fast and the ability to fail fast. And Sean, you talked about passion. And Elad, you talked about curiosity and the ecosystem of meeting new people. And Arik, you talked about omni-channel and how to integrate everything together. And you talked about listening to people. And if you think about it, it is not the technology. What most of you mentioned, it's not the technology. It's the passion of working together, meeting new people, failing fast, and I think this is where we are in terms of an industry that's doing the first steps. And this is, I agree with the combination of all of you. I think this is the secret sauce of e-com. Doing things fast, and able to change through listening to people, meeting all, and be open mind into different technology, into different people. So that's I guess the summary of the E factor. Are we open to any questions? Yeah? Questions? No? Anything else?
Looks like Shy Guy.
Okay, so thank you very much.